ઓકે સ્ટુડન્ટ સો આની પહેલાંના લેક્ચરમાં આપણે સેન્ટર ઓફ માસ શોધ્યું હતું, રાઈટ, કે કેવી રીતે સેન્ટર ઓફ માસ ફાઇન્ડ આઉટ કરાય છે, રાઈટ. તો આજે આપણે શીખીશું સેન્ટર ઓફ સ્ટીફનેસ શું કહેવાય, રાઈટ. સો સેન્ટર ઓફ સ્ટીફનેસ ઇઝ ઓલ્સો કોલ્ડ સેન્ટર ઓફ રિજિડિટી. So as per IAS 1893-2002, the point through which the resultant of restoring force of a system act, right, it is called center of stiffness. Now, what is the meaning of stiffness? The required force on the system to produce unit displacement is called stiffness. Now, stiffness has this equation, right, in which P is equal to K multiplied by delta, where P is equal to force on the system, delta is equal to displacement of the system, and K is equal to stiffness of the system, right. So find out of this K, we make an object. K is equal to P and hence P divided by delta, right. Now, what is the restoring force? So as we know that if there is any force is acting on a system, there will be a resisting force acting with the same magnitude and opposite direction, right. So this resisting force considered as a restoring force. So the resisting force of the lateral force pass through the center of stiffness, right. Here one building is given, and this is the center of stiffness and resisting force which will pass through the center of stiffness. Now, earthquake resist. What are these earthquake resisting elements, right? So column, shear wall, bracing, couple shear walls, this all are this earthquake resisting elements. So these elements in structure or building will resist the displacement of the building due to earthquake. So they help, this all the earthquake resisting elements helps to reduce the horizontal displacement of the building during earthquake. Now, what is torsionally uncoupled system? So in a system when Cm is center of mass and Cs is center of stiffness is coincide with each other, so can consider that system as a torsionally uncoupled system. When whenever your center of mass is same as the center of stiffness, both are coincide in one place, coincide with each other, then that building, that systems we consider as a torsionally uncoupled systems, right. So when center of mass is equal to center of stiffness, then that building will not twist during this earthquake. So basically applied force or acting on a system which should pass through the center of mass and resisting force of that particular applied force which should pass through center of stiffness. So both the forces are passed from the same point and same magnitude but in this opposite direction, right. So because of this opposite direction, same load apply, right. So these all are in equilibrium, basically in equilibrium condition. So our system will be in equilibrium conditions. So because of that equilibrium conditions, whenever earthquake force are coming, the building will not twist because center of mass and center of stiffness both coincide with each other. That's why building will not twist. Now next is the torsionally coupled system. So in a system when center of mass and center of stiffness is not coincide with each other, then that system considered as a torsionally coupled system, right. So there is one building, center of mass here and center of stiffness are here, right. So the distance between center of mass and center of stiffness either is a horizontal, either is a vertical, right. But in the end it is also called eccentricity, right. So according to IAS 1893-2016, for single story building there are such criteria here, right. So it is the point on the roof of a building through which when the resultant internal resistance act the building undergoes. So pure translation in the horizontal direction, and second is no twist about the vertical axis passing through the center of mass or center of stiffness. So when the center of rigidity is subjected to lateral loading, the flow diagram will experience only translation displacement, right? So here, when these are the same, center of mass is equal to center of stiffness and earthquake force are in this direction, so this building move in horizontal direction, right? Therefore the original building, the difference between this original position building and the new displaced building, the distance between them is equal to horizontal displacement, right? So when the center of mass is equal to center of stiffness, so this particular system for a single story building will have the same amount of displacement in horizontal direction. So therefore there will be no torsion and rotation of a particular floor or roof. Now next is why building twist, right? So building is twist because of the uneven distribution of mass in the building, asymmetrical plan of the building, symmetrical arrangement of earthquake resisting elements in the building, right? So there are many reasons. So let us consider one building with uneven mass distribution. First, this whole building given, right? So half of the building is having a lighter mass and the another one is a heavy mass, right? And earthquake force is in this vertical direction, vertically upward direction, right? So whenever the earthquake force from this y direction, the building will translate in y direction only. But because of the uneven distribution of mass, there will not be at the center of geometry or center of the particular rectangle, right? So it will move towards to the heavy mass, because their system will rotate about the center of stiffness, and the stiffness of the heavy mass is more, so it will be more tilted, right? It is more rotate about the center of stiffness, right? So this is the reason when we are not providing uneven distribution of mass in this building. So because of this building, translation moment will be unequal and lighter side deformation will not be more than heavier side. So the lighter side members are more vulnerable to damage. So let's consider the arrangement of the columns and shear walls, right? So here one building is provided, right? Building with provided with different alignment of these columns, right? Here at the right corners, at the end of all the corners, square columns are provided, and in the center of this building equally horizontal beams are provided, right? Wide beams are provided. So complete equal arrangement of columns, symmetrical body, shape is also symmetric, so the all things are in symmetry conditions. So column in x direction is equal to column in y direction. You also see that, right? This x y direction, x direction, x direction, y direction, right? So we see that this x direction and y direction columns are symmetry about each other, right? So when this earthquake force is acting in any direction, so the building will translate in horizontal direction with equal amount, not facing any type of torsional forces, right? If force is earthquake force in this direction, so this and this both are parallel to each other and symmetry about each other, so there will be no twisting in the building. If it gives in appears in y direction, so in that case there are also symmetrical shapes or symmetrical bodies are provided, right? So that's why the building will not twisted and hence building will not collapse. So we see the another case, right? So in this building there are 4 corners, right? So in 4 corners, 3 corners provided with a square column, and at the bottom center provided with a horizontal beam, right? So you see that there is no any symmetrical face about each other. Only these two columns are symmetrical about y-axis, right? But in x-axis you see that if earthquake force is coming in this direction, right? So in this direction there are two square beams at the end of the building, at the corners of the building provided. Hence, in the opposite case, here only one column provided at the corner of the building, right? So another one is empty. So there are the asymmetrical views, right, in the building. So that in that case, building with twist, and because of twisting, their building will collapse also, right? So this is more important than the arrangement of columns and shear walls in right particular symmetrical directions, so that building will not collapse in any conditions, right? So equal arrangement of columns is necessary in earthquake resisting building, right? So here we see that this basically what is the center of stiffness, the definition of stiffness, the required force of a system to produce unit displacement, and the equation K is equal to P by delta m, which means stiffness is equal to force divided by displacement. What is restoring forces, right? Whenever what are the earthquake resisting elements? Shear walls, columns, bracings, right? So this all earthquake resisting elements is reduced to horizontal displacement of the building as well as vertical displacement of the building, right? Next we see torsionally uncoupled system, in which center of mass is equal to center of stiffness. Because center of mass is equal to center of stiffness, there will be no twisting in the building, so that building will not collapse whenever whichever direction earthquake is coming, right? So next we see that this what is a torsionally coupled system, when center of mass is not equal to center of stiffness, right? So because of that, the difference between center of mass and center of stiffness is known as eccentricity, and because of eccentricity twisting moments are generated around the building. So because of that, building will collapse easily in torsionally coupled system, right? Next we see that why buildings twist, right? So uneven distribution of mass of the building, asymmetrical plan of building, asymmetrical arrangement of the earthquake resistance element in the in the building, right? Like column, shear walls, right, etc, etc. Then we see that why uneven distribution mass of building affects while earthquake force are applied on this building, right? And at the last we see the arrangement of columns and shear walls, right? So that the we can easily understand that why symmetrical arrangement of columns or earthquake resisting elements are necessary, right? So thank you so much. We will continue this lecture in another session.